My report is all about the Eastern thoughts about self. Let's try to embrace the idea of the Eastern people. Let's start to the Eastern religions. We will focus on the three religions. First is the Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism. First is Confucianism. Focuses more on ethical philosophy and moral values. As a human being, we used to live or build a harmonious social life with other beings. No conflict or misunderstanding. When we say harmonious, this is the kind of life taught by Confucius. Here are the five beliefs of Confucianism. First is silver rule of behavior. For example, if you want to be respected, respect others. If you want to be loved, love them back. Dito rin po pumapasok yung Bible verse na kung ayaw mong gawin sa iyo, huwag mong gagawin sa iba. Second is virtues. For example, for this is being helpful. Third, relationships. Fourth, marriage. And five, death. In Confucianism, man is considered as a person in society. Therefore, we are all part of the society or community. For example, if I belong here, then I am part of it as a human being. Our existence consists of a network of relations. Ibig sabihin po neto guys, tayo ay konektado. Tayong mga tao ay konektado sa ating paligid or surroundings. And when we talk about relationship, you need another person to make things work. It's not about you, it is about us. This is what we call relationship. Gaya na lang po ng mga meron ng BF or GF dyan. Hindi mag-work ang isang relasyon kung isa lang yung nagmamahal. Gaya yan ng Confucianism. Hindi mag-work kung hindi tayo konektado sa surroundings natin. Confucianism also talks the idea about self-understanding. We know how to respond or perceive something correctly based on our environment. We know how to think about ourselves. If we do that, it is easy for us to present ourselves well in that environment. And the idea of Confucianism is self-cultivation. It means na lagi natin tignan ang sarili natin kung tayo ba ay gumagawa ng tama o hindi. Self-cultivation teaches us to do self-reflection, looking for ourselves if what we are doing now is good or bad for us. That's the idea of Confucianism. The main purpose of self-cultivation is to morally transforming the lives of the learners and make them realize the way. For example of this, you have a low grades, then you want to apply the idea of Confucianism by simply transforming yourself to be a better person of it. Lagi nyo tatandaan guys, no matter how many times you fail, you never give up. You are still trying to do better with yourself. Self-cultivation is also considered as self-directed learning. Why? Because you are the only one who can transform yourself to become a better person. Ikaw mismo ang nag-iisa na makakapagpabago ng iyong sarili para maging mabuting tao. And without self-cultivation, you cannot change your ways. It is hard to change something if you don't do self-reflection. Kung wala ka nga namang gagawin talaga, paano ka magbabago, hindi ba? Nasa sayo ang process. Addition for this is, no matter how good we are in giving advices, if others don't take it for themselves, it is useless. In Confucianism, we should learn how to repress our personal needs and desires when we think life seems very difficult for now. And what do we mean by repress? It is the act of rejecting our personal needs for the good of many. For me, ito yung pagpaparaya. And Confucianism is not about forgetting self. It teaches us to maintain order and balance in the society to achieve a harmonious social life with others. Let me give you an example. Due to life's difficulties, you decided not to continue your studies. When you stop, it doesn't mean that you will not come back. You are just doing repression. Balikan natin yung repression. What is repression, diba? Confucianism. It is the act of rejecting our personal needs for the good of many. Hindi naman habang buhay na mag-i-stop ka, like us, diba? We do repression. Nagparaya kami para sa mahal namin. Nag-work, or mas pinauna yung ibang kapatid na makapag-aral kesa sa amin. Kaya ngayon, binabalikan namin yung goal talaga namin. And that's the idea of Confucianism. Let's now proceed to Taoism. It emphasizes the idea of go with the flow. It is more on the nature. In Taoism, we should not make our lives complicated because life is simple. Because it is living the way of the universe. Para sa akin, ibig sabihin nito ay, kung ano ang gusto ng mga nakapaligid sa atin, go lang. Kung ano ang nangyayari sa mundo, just go. This is the idea of Taoism for me. Let's try to differentiate Confucianism and Taoism. In Confucianism, they are very strict and hierarchical, while Taoism rejected the idea of Confucianism because Taoism wants to act freely with nature. The question is this: why do I want to complicate myself if I can just have a simple life? What do you think, guys? What is the main goal of Taoism? Let's try to find it out. In Taoism, the ultimate goal is to let go. If I follow Taoism, I will say to myself, just learn to go. I don't want to complicate my life. I just want to be free. So, kung nakipag-break yung mga BFRGF nyo, just go. Learn to go. Ganun talaga, guys. May mga umaalis, may mga dumarating. Malas lang nila at nawala kayo sa kanya. Now, the question is this: why should I follow others if this is how I see myself? Do you still remember when we were young, we loved to play outside? But now, things have changed. Especially now that we are now experiencing pandemic. We can't go out. This is the time we feel that we need to go back in the harmony with nature. Everything you see now, it will keep on transforming all the time. Kaya nga 'di ba, nauuso ngayon yung mga plantito, plantitas because of pandemic, and now they are back in nature. They feel the love of nature. In Taoism, the way you understand self is connected to your body. According also to Taoism, If you feel the pain or illness in your body, it means that there is an imbalance or misalignment happening inside your body. It's because yourself is not living harmoniously. That's why you feel the pain or illness. Guys, you need to learn how to balance everything so you won't feel it again. Yun ang Taoism. Kapag nakaramdam daw tayo ng sakit sa ating katawan, ibig sabihin nun, may hindi tamang nangyayari sa loob ng katawan natin. Our body is not living harmoniously. That's why, nararamdaman natin yung pain. Kaya dapat, marunong tayong mag-balance ng lahat para hindi natin maramdaman yung pain. 'Di ba? Kapag nakaramdam daw tayo ng sakit sa ating katawan, the idea of Taoism talks about selflessness. And what do we mean by selflessness? It is not about forgetting ourselves. It teaches us to balance life with society and nature, and how to become selfless. Let us learn how to be open and accept change. For example, to study now is a big challenge due to pandemic, but we need to accept the fact that our lives now is continuously changing. We should learn how to forget our pride and complaints to act freely. Ang pag-aaral nga daw ngayon ay isang big challenge dulot ng pandemic. Kaya dapat natin i-accept ito na ito na yung buhay natin ngayon at kung hindi man kaya ng iba, dapat na tayo ay magtulungan at makakaya natin ito. The next is, who is Lao Tzu? He is the founder of philosophical Taoism. According to him, we need to act without expectation. For example, when you help others, then you expect something in return. You are not governed by kindness. You are governed by profit. You are doing empty selflessness. Meron nga tayong kasabihan, di ba, na it's better to give than to receive. Mas maganda yung nakakatulong tayo na hindi nag-e-expect ng kapalit. Always remember that it's good because you expect to get some good out of it. Just be good because it is good to be good. Just do your best and let what come as it will. Yun ang pananaw ng Taoism. And the last one is Buddhism. It is learn how to accept the true nature of reality. They practice meditation. The goal is to make you develop a deeper sense of awareness, kindness, and wisdom. In Buddhism, you are trying to ask yourself about the true nature of your existence. Ibig sabihin daw nito kung ano yung papel mo talaga sa buhay mo, dapat alam mo. You have to embrace the nature of reality. When you do meditation, you will enlighten about the nature of life. You releases the bad energy, then focuses more on the positive energy. You will now see the reason of everything because the main goal of Buddhism is to end the suffering. Let's know the four doctrines of early Buddhism. Number 1 is the existence of suffering. Ibig sabihin tayo daw na tao ay nagtitiis. Number 2, suffering has a cause. Ang ating pagtitiis ay may mga dahilan. 3, there is a cessation of suffering. Mayroong pagtigil ng pagdurusa. 4, there is a path to the cessation of suffering. Mayroong way sa pagtigil ng pagdurusa. Ito yung four doctrines of early Buddhism. The question is this: how to end suffering? Simply live to the righteous life. In Buddhism, self is just an illusion, in such a way that we are born out of ignorance. As humans, we also have our human-centered needs. We are so focused with our personal wishes because of our human-centered needs, we are not suffering. Let's see the example on the next slide. Here is the example. You want to buy all the stuff you want. Unfortunately, you don't have that much. This is why you get hurt. This time, you are now suffering because you are not happy with your life. When you are not happy, you keep on complaining about life. You are so bothered about everything. If self is causing you to suffer, learn to forget the cravings of self and break the attachment you have with the world. Ibig sabihin na to guys, nasa sarili din natin yung dapat nating sisihin kung bakit tayo nagsasuffer. You wanna know why? Kasi masyado tayong naghahangad ng mga hindi naman natin kailangan. Tapos, hindi natin makukuha, kaya tayo nasasaktan. First thing, kapag hindi rin natin nakuha, complain tayo ng complain sa buhay natin, bakit hindi natin nakukuha yung ganito, yung ganyan. Dapat marunong tayo makontento sa kung anong meron lang tayo. Para hindi tayo masaktan, para happy life. Kaya andito si Buddhism. Ang gusto niyang iparating ay let go of your personal wishes or desires and try to reflect what is really important to you. Kung ano nga ba ang pinakamahalaga sa'yo, dapat yun lamang. So, those are the ideas of the Eastern people, the Confucianism, Taoism, and the Buddhism. So let's give now a quick relationship between Western and Eastern in understanding the self. In Western culture, they are more individualistic. They focus more on the person. They look at yourself unique from one another. While in the Eastern culture, they are more collectivistic. They look at yourself as well as the things you may create. Let's give a quick review guys sa idea ng Eastern people. The one is Confucianism, which we need to live or build a harmonious social life with other beings. Second is the Taoism, which emphasizes the idea of go with the flow. And the third one is Buddhism, is to learn how to accept the true nature of reality. And that's all my report guys. I hope na may naintindihan po kayo. Maraming salamat po.